And welcome back to Horns Up. I'm Frank here, doing an instant reaction here. We'll be back, or at least I'll be back with Brian and Shane to do more in-depth coverage of the Super Bowl. But my instant reaction is, what a fantastic night to be a Rams fan. Historic, first Super Bowl in Los Angeles, which I've been arguing for years. It has been a must for the city of Los Angeles and this organization. It's something that eluded the Rams, at least in the Super Bowl era, right? Rams have the first, again, professional sports championship in LA history in 51, but they never accomplished that in the Super Bowl era. They were the team that always came up just short in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, kind of a thing, and even just 3 years back against the Patriots in Super Bowl 53. And so a fantastic night for the city of Los Angeles. Congratulations. And especially all those old-timer guys like me that go all the way back to the days of Ferragamo and Dickerson and Jack Youngblood. Like I said on my rant last night on Facebook, the Super Bowl in St. Louis was nice, and it will always be special. The story behind that with the greatest show on turf and Kurt Warner and Bruce and Holt, special. Will always be have a special place in sort of hearts and minds of Rams fans. But this one here was big to win it in Los Angeles. And, I couldn't be happy, of course, as well as, the social circles I kind of reside in within Rams communities here. It was big. My reaction to the game was, kind of what I said before. And I've argued this for a while. Whenever the Rams are in the Super Bowl, nothing ever really goes to script. They're strange and odd games. And this one, to me, felt strange and odd in a lot of ways, particularly after the OBJ injury, where he had a non-contact injury to his knee. It didn't look good. The moment he went out, I was like, oh no, we have problems. Because I really felt that Stafford was starting to roll in that first quarter, kind of second quarter. Then the injury happens, and you just feel the game change. I know when the Rams went into the half, up 13-10, it was deflating. You have that moment where you come out of the first half, first pass, 75-yard touchdown on a questionable non-call on the face mask of Jalen Ramsey there. And then the very next play is a tip interception because Skoranek couldn't hold on to the ball. Things are unraveling early on in the third quarter, and it looked like the Bengals were just going to run away with this thing. But the defense settled down, and let me tell you something. I don't think there's no debate about it at this point. Aaron Donald is not only the best defensive player in the game today, but he's one of the greatest defensive players of all time. I hear his name ranked up there with the likes of, Lawrence Taylor and Reggie White. And while I will admit I did watch those guys play when I was young, I didn't follow them close enough. This is before DirecTV, right? This is before we could watch all these nationally syndicated games all across the globe now. I did watch them play. I can't say that I've ever seen a player like Aaron Donald have such an impact on ball games. In my mind, what I've seen in my lifetime, Aaron Donald is the greatest defensive player I have ever seen. I'm not taking away anything from Reggie White. I'm not taking away anything from Lawrence Taylor. I just did not see as much gameplay when I was a young man as I have of Aaron Donald. What he did last night was absolutely tremendous. He took over the second half along with that rest of the defense. Add Von Miller, Leonard Floyd, all those guys there. But those last two stops on the 3rd and 1, they're just a few yards out from getting in McPherson's field goal range to tie the game and send it into overtime. On the 3rd and 1, he reaches and pulls the running back, which is really a remarkable play, highlights his strength, and then to get the sack and to close it out, historic. I think Aaron Donald became a legend last night. And then, of course, Matthew Stafford, who seemed a little flummoxed after OBJ went down. Cooper Kupp being doubled and bracketed. We saw him go to work on that last drive like he's done so many times. Stafford has this, he has the most comeback wins in the NFL since he's been in the league. Epic performance, making one throw after another. He did it throughout all the playoffs. He did it in the Tampa Bay game. He did it in the Frisco game, and he did it on the biggest stage of all, the Super Bowl. What can I say about Matthew Stafford? the draft picks, the going all-in method. It worked for the Rams. I think they've redefined how you build championships in the NFL. And Cooper Kupp, what can you say about the man? I thought he got robbed of the NFL MVP. That's my opinion, but he won everything else last night. He got the MVP of the game. And listen, we could talk about the touchdown catch and the pass over the middle that got them to the game-winning touchdown. But to me, the play of the game was that 4th and 1. If you watch that 4th and 1 again, critical, they run a reverse to Cooper Kupp, and he's really bracketed by 2 defensive players there. If he cuts it up too early, Von Bell makes the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. If he tries to stretch it out toward the sideline, there's another defender who's going to shut off the block to make the tackle. He doesn't get the first down. The game is essentially over. He picks the right moment, finds the right proper lane to split both defenders and get the first down to keep the drive going. This kid's not a running back. He's a receiver. And yet he read that hole and felt it just right to cut through that hole to get a critical first down to set up what is an epic ending to a great Super Bowl. Listen, city of Los Angeles, I get it. The Rams were gone for effectively 22 years in St. Louis, 13 years down in Anaheim. If you want to include that, that's 35 years. It's a fan base that needed to be rebuilt, and I think it starts now. You guys have something special with the Rams, with this organization. This team has done nothing but win since McVay has got there, and it's an organization that's been committed to winning. Enjoy this moment. You know, this organization deserves a good, strong fan base, and it begins now, ladies and gentlemen. They won the Super Bowl. What more can you ask of them? Fantastic game. I'll be back with deeper analysis of this game with Brian and Shane here pretty soon, but I just want to give you my basic thoughts. The Los Angeles Rams are your 2022 Super Bowl champion. Los Angeles Rams. I have never been able to say those words. Los Angeles Rams are Super Bowl champs. It just sounds good. It just sounds clean. It just sounds beautiful. There you have it, guys. This is Frank signing off. Talk to you soon.